Today we are playing a British propaganda video game. Yeah, this was not exactly on my roster of games to play, but somehow it landed on here because I thought it was quite interesting. So basically it talks about immigration in the United Kingdom. I'm not gonna speak on my opinion about this, but this is without a doubt propaganda. So comment down if you think it's good or bad propaganda. Alright, so we are in the game. We're going to play Pathways by some organizations by likely what is the United Kingdom government. So let's press start. So we got a bunch of like choices. So I'm gonna play as a guy this time. It really doesn't make a difference if you play as a guy versus a girl. It's gonna be the exact same thing.
Charlie was enjoying an online game with friends.
So we're literally playing Scratch Minecraft right now by Grift Patch. Like, bro. And he's on like a Discord call or something.
Sometimes though, the people on these websites say things that seem off, even slightly concerning.
I don't know about you, but this is actually way better than the stuff that I see online. Because I see stuff that's worse than slurs, alright? I see stuff about like, yeah, I'm glad he's dead. You know, these kinds of like weird comments by some crazy people. This is absolutely nothing. This is not even a visualization compared to what you actually see online. And I'm pretty sure y'all can exactly relate to this as well.
Someone on this website has encouraged Charlie to download a video, but Charlie is unsure.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't download a video. Like, let's just assume that he's on Discord for a second. If he's on Discord, you can just preview the video. But if he was emailed the video by someone who's just like a random stranger, I would obviously not click on this video because, well, it could be like a virus.
How should Charlie react?
Honestly, I wouldn't do any of this. I wouldn't download the video or talk to the stranger about the video. Well, actually, I probably would do B, but I wouldn't tell a trusted adult because I think that's just gay. So we're just gonna do B.
Charlie questioned the stranger, asking what the video.
Apparently, it has like a little parameters measure that measures our like reputation.
Charlie felt uneasy when the stranger explained that if Charlie cared about the country, they would download the video and share it with as many people as possible.
So it's an actual video. Okay, I just realized something. It is not good to download a video if you don't see like a thumbnail about it, especially since it could be cheese pizza, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that stuff's dark. I'm definitely not downloading a video if I could get arrested for downloading that video. Now, obviously, since we're in the United Kingdom, you can get arrested for doing a bunch of other stuff online that's actually not supposed to be illegal. But hey, I'm not even going to talk about that. You'll just see for yourself.
Not sure what to say. Charlie trusted their instinct and didn't download or share the video.
Alright, so this basically veered towards A. I can see.
It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offense conviction.
Yo, that doesn't really make much sense to me. But look, I completely understand if that video has, say, cheese pizza, or if it has a virus. I don't really know what else could be harmful or dangerous besides like, you know, malware, that kind of stuff, cyber threats. Besides that, I don't really think that there's much to be with just downloading a video. Likely it's just an MP4, right? So we already unlocked stage 2. Let's go ahead.
An important grade on a piece of work they submitted for their hospitality course at college.
What I really don't understand is how lazy the developers were. This was written by, say, groups that are affiliated or are directly the British government. Like, see, Hull City Council, East Riding, Yorkshire Council, So UK. I don't know what So UK is, but I assume it's probably something of the national level. They couldn't even come up with 2 different text boxes that says he and says she. They were so lazy that they had to say they. Like, they didn't even put the effort to animate the birds or animate the water. They just animated Charlie right here. And they had the absolute goal to put their watermarks here. But oh no, they couldn't just have two different text boxes. And which is super ironic, because if we even take to the logic of this whole they-them stuff, they didn't even put a they-them character. They just put a guy Charlie and a girl Charlie. So stay consistent with that. You have developers, you can outsource to developers that can actually make a good game. I've made better games on Scratch. And I don't know programming or anything like that. I just know how to use the platform. Surprisingly, I was able to do something like this and make a game that's better than this. Isn't that crazy?
Charlie put in a lot of effort for this work and is excited to receive good feedback.
You know what doesn't make any sense at all? This girl right here.
Charlie takes
This girl doesn't have a computer. And that guy is just looking. He's like staring at her because, first of all, she's not even sitting up. And second of all, she doesn't even have a freaking computer. And also, third of all, she's the same girl as that girl over there with a slightly different hairstyle and slightly different clothes. Just inverted clothes. And obviously, this little purple-haired girl, you're going to understand why this... You're going to understand why she became so popular off of this game. Which I'll tell you afterwards pretty soon.
To their disappointment, Charlie doesn't do as well as they expect. They got 60 out of 100.
Pathetic.
But they wanted at least 75 out of 100.
That's so pathetic. Yeah, you know what? I always scored for 100% on all my tests. Even if I bombed on those tests, I would always score for at least 100. I would always try and reach for 100. You gotta be hoping for 100, my guy. Maybe you would have gotten an 80% or an 85%.
To make matters worse, somebody else got 80 out of 100, and the teacher said that this person has received a job offer.
So literally nobody got 100 in the entire class? What? The whole class is stupid. The best student, the smartest student right here, got an 80 out of 100%. That is just pathetic. My guy, I know some people, even in college, that are extremely good at getting good test grades. Look, I get it's hard, but if the highest score is an 80 out of 100, we have some concerns here, okay? This is something to be heavily worrying about. This teacher is a terrible teacher if her students are getting literally no A's whatsoever. And these tests literally define their grades. You get project grades and you get test grades. These students can't even get good test grades. This student got a D, the guy I'm playing, and this girl, apparently the smartest student, the bright, young, light to the world, got an 80 out of 100. Yo, this is just accuracy to how many questions you get correct. There is no asymptote. Anyways, this is on the teacher.
Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet.
Oh, I noticed something. She's a different skin color. He is going to become racist. He's going to be racist. He's going to turn into a racist from this. But really, he shouldn't be thinking about her. He should be mad at the teacher. This teacher is terrible at a job.
Somebody else in the class.
Oh.
This is proof that immigrants.
This is Amelia.
And taking our jobs.
Apparently, according to this game, she is a violent right-wing extremist that is against immigration and does not like Muslims. As some people would say. Now, I think of her in a different way. She's got her ideas, her values and whatever, but people are straight up gooning to this girl. Well, woman, they're in college, remember? So they're at least 18, 19, 20. I'm pretty sure this guy over here is 25. This guy's 23. This girl on the mole here, she's probably 19. Yeah, people are basically gooning on the internet to this lady, specifically conservatives, because it's like a support goon, and those who hate her are hate gooning onto her. So it's extremely sus around the corner everywhere. I just been seeing this a lot. I don't even want to like talk about it. It's just so funny what's been happening. So how should Charlie react? Ignore the comment and ask the course leader for feedback and how you can improve. Ignore the comment, but don't address your frustration. Agree with the comment and explore the idea further. I'm going to try and play from a neutral standpoint because I don't want to talk too much about politics on this channel. I used to have a YouTube channel where I talked about politics all the time, and honestly, I'm a little bit tired of that stuff. I think we should keep our stuff to ourselves. But let's just try and go for a neutral perspective, because the more neutral we get, the more you realize where this Pathways game really wants you to go. And that's how you can tell it's actual propaganda. So I'm going to go for B, which is generally the neutral option in the game. Ignore the comment, but I'm not going to talk about my inner feelings here.
Charlie left the classroom without saying a word to their teacher. Charlie became more and more frustrated with their situation.
You know, if I was Charlie, I would contact the school officials and get this teacher fired, because obviously she's extremely terrible at her job. She does not know how to teach. Look, I get it. She's a nice young lady. She's well dressed and all. She's got great taste in earrings and stuff. She's probably really smart. She's probably super passionate at her job. But you know what she isn't good at? Teaching. All of her students are getting such low grades that an 80 out of 100 is something to gas them up for. Yeah, just contact, I don't know who. Just contact the superintendent, the principal, someone in your county or something. I don't know how it goes in Britain, but contact your top school officials or something. Get this teacher fired or get yourself a new teacher. This kid needs to be getting a teacher that's actually teaching him what he needs to learn. I don't know what class she's teaching. I don't know what class he's in. But I'm pretty sure it's one of those core classes, and you can probably get those easily replaced.
They still weren't getting anywhere with their job, and Charlie started to worry about the future. Charlie began thinking,
oh my gosh,
to worry about the future.
This video game is so terrible that the developers could literally not just put a trigger, a stop all sounds code. I get that this game is built on a website, but you need to literally just do better. You need to literally just put effort into the things that you need to fix about the game, and people might actually start taking your propaganda seriously. At least dress your propaganda well to the point where it actually looks like, something very viable. That's why we think it's propaganda. It's because this game's terrible. It's poorly written. Obviously, the bug checkers barely checked it for bugs. They're too lazy to come up with extra outcomes here. And another thing to notice, why does every single teacher look the same? Is this the same teacher, but she has a different hairdo or something? She's wearing the same earrings. She has the same face. She doesn't really, I don't think she has the same clothes. Yeah, no, it's different clothes. But is this the same teacher, or is this a different teacher? Because obviously in college you have to have more than one teacher. Maybe less than 7, but still more than 1. So yeah, immigration, blah blah blah, job stealing.
Charlie has been chilling out.
It's all a bunch of extremism, am I right? As this game wants you to think. Now for one, I don't really care what your opinion is on it. I don't think you're an extremist, and I think you should go on and have a nice day. Because you can use your opinion is powerful, most importantly, when it comes to those voting offices. Get to the polls and start voting. But that's it. You don't have to spread your ideas and be like, oh, everybody has to think like me. Well, just live in a place that's more aligned with your values, and simply put, just vote for whatever candidate you want and then just keep your mouth shut. But apparently nobody can do that nowadays. Instead of talking about label politics, we should be thinking about what unites us all as a group of people, as a commonality.
They have been scrolling on social media.
Look, there you go again with that stupid "they have been scrolling on social media." You literally just make two different scenarios that play. If Charlie is the guy character, he has been scrolling on social media. Or if it was the girl Charlie, she has been scrolling on social media. It's actually quite simple. But what do you know? I'm losing faith in this game, that's for sure.
They spot a video that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
Ooh, like on TikTok, most of the videos you'll ever see are the super viral ones that are actually popular. And let me guess, it's something about the United Kingdom and protesting or something.
Charlie watches the video and learns
What do you know,
that
man?
Muslim men are stealing the places of British war veterans in emergency accommodation.
You know what? This game likes to make it that we don't even know if this guy is Muslim or not, alright? First of all, I don't assume people on their religion, especially in a conversation. I probably do it subconsciously, but I try not to do it in conversation. This guy, you don't know if this guy is a Christian, a Muslim, or I don't know about Jew, or some ethnic religion. You don't know if this guy's a Christian, a Muslim, or an atheist, or an agnostic, or whatever. These guys could be literally any combination of things. Likely, this video wants me to know this guy is an Arab guy and this guy is a white guy. Yeah, pretty simple. Arab, white. This video game wants me to be afraid. Let's imagine that imagine if my opinion was on anti-immigration. If I was not for immigration. This video game wants other people to think that I am an Islamophobe. Because they start to make it about religion. They start to make it about sectioning off groups of people. This is what makes this game propaganda. There's always subliminal messaging into this game. Now, I'm not going to tell you my opinion as of this time on what I think about this, but obviously, whether I am for it or not, they shouldn't make this about sectioning off or marginalizing groups of people to create division, because this is what they're doing. So, definitely take this with a grain of salt. It's not about Islamic men, it's about immigration. That is what the big picture is. It's immigration. But this video wants you to have some sort of subliminal messaging that, it's Arabic men. It's Muslim men. It's because of religion. It's obviously not because of religion. Not entirely. I'm pretty sure there is some significance to it. But this video game wants us to only think about religion and to think of it as a phobia or something. It's so stupid.
They explain that the government is betraying white British people and we need to take back control of our country.
Alright. So I'm going to go by neutral stance. I think the smartest decision in any case, in any topic, is to research and find your sources, check your sources, do some intelligent stuff, do some critical thinking before you draw a conclusion about something like in politics or whatever. So I'm going to choose B. I would probably do A, to be honest. Because if I was doom scrolling, I would probably just be scrolling until the doom of my awakeness.
But the recent other encounters made them curious.
Again, with the whole them stuff. Gosh.
Charlie went directly to the account's website and found research papers, statistics, information about protests, and more regarding the replacement of white people. They continued browsing and encountered lots of harmful groups who agree with these sentiments.
So, there's the word harmful groups. If you don't know what a harmful group is, let me explain. A harmful group is a group of people that disagree with you. And according to this video game, that's pretty much exactly it. They disagree with the organizations that made this game, and therefore they're harmful. They are labeled as enemies of the country. Also, funny enough, they just literally copied and pasted the same image, but just color graded it to be orange instead of red. So that's pretty dumb.
Charlie began intaking a lot of harmful ideological messages. In fact, some of the groups were actually illegal.
Now, when you think about illegal, when this video game references illegal, what do you think? Honest opinion, what do you think? You might be thinking, oh, these people are threatening the leaders or something. They're putting some legit terrorist stuff on there. But you know what the game actually means by illegal? It means they're having an opinion. Illegit means they're just having an opinion on something. So, again, another point. This video game is straight up propaganda.
Charlie has been enjoying a family dinner at home when they receive a notification from their friend.
Ooh, a notification. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Just set your phone on silent.
Charlie's mum makes a comment about using phones at the dinner table, but Charlie checks in anyway.
Is this like Charlie's sister or something? Also, what are they eating? Are they eating cheesecake with waffles and a rotisserie chicken? And I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's like some sort of pastry or potatoes or something. And I don't know what's in the fork. It's probably some lettuce or broccoli or something. But they literally are eating all of this at the same time. This is poor video game writing. They just literally put whatever food on the table possible. They didn't even put any thought into what kind of food would be on the table. They just put whatever SVG designs onto the dinner table and said, "Bam, look, it's a delicious feast." As you can tell, Amelia is pretty heated up. I mean, she's holding the British flag. I mean, everybody knows that if you're holding your country's flag, that just means you're a terrible person. According to this video game, that's true. So they add all these, like, you know, speech bubbles, skull, shield, that kind of stuff. Angry face or moaning face on a speech bubble. It says join something. Oh, it says just join. Question, join exclamation. But the propaganda is not in the other things. It's in the flag. As you can tell, a lot of times, what propaganda likes to do is it likes to demonize patriotism. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of patriotism it is, but apparently, if you're a patriot to the United Kingdom, you are a bigot. You are against all of their ideas and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to give in my 2 cents on the situation here, but I'm just here to point out this game is just a bunch of mixed up opinions that inject little nuggets of truth that kind of reel you in.
Amelia encourages Charlie to join a secret group on an app Charlie hasn't heard of before.
And again, I'm just going to go for neutral on this, and before I even select, what the frick are these waffles? What is this green paste? Is this like the Indian sauce? Are these waffles rotten or something? And why are the bones on the rotisserie chicken brown? What was this chicken eating all of its life? Good gosh, man. Move out of the United Kingdom if this is the food you're getting here. But anyways, I'm choosing B. I don't even know what these are. Is this like a peanut or something? So crazy, man.
They didn't want their friend to think they didn't care.
I mean, yeah, when my friends send me a YouTube video and I might not agree with it, I still like show my appreciation to them, right? You don't have to go all in on it. I mean, you just give 2 cents of appreciation, and then just, you know, move on and pretend like you were interested, and secretly not be, and they'll forget about it.
They decided to like the night. Charlie received and continued to eat stranger who saw that they had liked the post.
Of course. And apparently, getting a notification is going to wake this guy up.
Before they knew it, Charlie had been added to an encrypted, private group without Charlie's permission.
Funny enough, though, I don't know what social media platform would allow this, but generally, you'd have to be friends with someone to be adding them to group chats, or at least know their number. I mean, yeah, I guess Telegram does this, but Telegram doesn't usually do this for like political groups. They do this for cheese pizza, if you know what I mean. Pretty gross.
He lives in Ireland, so their weekends look very different to their weekdays in East Riding.
They're literally using the same city background, and they thought we wouldn't notice. That's so funny.
Charlie's friend Amelia immediately looked interested and told them about a protest she wished she could go to herself, but was not allowed.
Isn't she like an adult? She can make her own decisions. We pretty much know she's probably just gaslighting this guy.
Amelia spoke of a gathering that had been organised by a small political group. They would come together and protest the changes that Britain has been through in the last few years.
Also, I don't know what the frick this is. Is this like raspberries or something? This has not happened in Britain since, I don't know, World War II or something. Were they even bombed on their homeland in World War II? This looks like something else. And by the way, actually, sometimes this game just gives us normal statements that are correct. Some people do believe that the United Kingdom has been eroding British values over the past few years. And now, keyword, I said some people. Like I said, I'm not giving my 2 cents on this, but I'm just saying.
Amelia talked about the banners and the pickets that her friends had made for the events, and expressed a real regret that she could not go, begging Charlie to go in her place.
I like how it depicts him as angry in this one, because apparently everybody who disagrees with the makers of this game, well, the people who decided this game should come to existence, those people, apparently, they're just a bunch of angry extremist bigots. Am I right? And these people are definitely they're not good people. Bad people. That's for sure. So they're putting like these little subliminalities into just some of their artwork, and even if it's not expressed into the text is overall pretty neutral. But sometimes you'll see just in the drawings that certain things, they want to make you believe that they're evil, when in fact they're just gray. They're neither good, neither bad. And that's your opinion. That's your decision to decide if it's good or bad. But this game is a propaganda game, so what can you expect?
Charlie has nothing to do this weekend, and a protest sounded like an
Yeah, I don't really care. To be honest, I don't do this whole protesting stuff. I think that's stupid. But the only form of protesting I would do is just not showing up somewhere. But if it's like, the whole picket signs, chanting, all that stuff, I think that's extremely gay. I don't want to do that stuff. I would just, this is my genuine answer. I would just watch from the sidelines. I don't really care what it's about. I just want to see what happens to the people protesting, or see if something interesting happens.
Charlie went to the protest.
What? Yeah, you see, if you choose B, the game will basically make it as if you chose C. That doesn't make any sense. That's so dumb. Yeah, and apparently it's about racism. Anti-immigration. Yeah, you see? Okay, now I'm starting to disagree with the text quite a bit. And by the way, when you see protests, they're not always extremists. Most of the time, a real, normal protest, a normal protest of people just holding picket signs, chanting, they're not harming the police officers or anything, they're just standing there with their picket signs doing what's legal and what's okay. These people are normal people, because you know what extremists do? They break the law. They actually go out and break the law. These people, yeah, they might be chanting some dumb stuff, some things. That doesn't mean they're bad people. That doesn't mean they're racist, doesn't mean they're anti-immigration or whatever. And by the way, this thing is a completely neutral term, anti-immigration. See it how you want to. It's not it's neither a good or bad thing. Quite a few British people do not believe in immigration. So, in part, it is a British value. And if you're for immigration, that's also a British value. So, and these people happen to be British, so yeah, they're just fighting for whatever their values are. And now, of course, can't say that there won't be people in the crowd that are just gonna not fight or whatever. Those people are stupid and they're crazy, but the majority of regular protesting, just regular normal protesting, is just normal people that disagree with something.
As the crowd became angrier, police arrived after a few violent outbreaks.
You know, I actually really like how the animation is so smooth for its little bubbles and wobbles and bubbles. But for some reason, literally everything except for the bubbles and the teardrops are just like 3 FPS animations.
As the crowd became angry. Before they knew it, police were running away from a silent outbreaks. Some protesters next to Charlie.
There's no such... That's such a lie, man. That's such a lie, man. Maybe it seems like it's easy to cross. Like, it's easy to make it look like, oh yeah, that guy's really just protesting when that guy is actually watching. But it's not like, oh, I just had the urge to hold a picket sign and protest and stuff like, you know what I mean? That's just stupid. That's just stupid, man. That's stupid. This game is low IQ, man. It's super low IQ. I bet if he was here to watch and he was being neutral all this time, he was literally just gonna watch. In reality, he would have just watched. I would have watched and had a bucket of popcorn because I want to see what happens to these protesters. Am I right? Like in a compilation. Because overall, I think this whole picket signs thing is extremely annoying. It's dumb. But hey, do what you wish. Do what you wish. My approval is not what you need. You need God's approval. You need your approval, okay? Alright, we made it to the 6th and the final stage, in which I don't think we're making any decisions in. But so there really is no such thing as a pathway in this game. There's no pathways. There's just one pathway. So no matter what you choose, you're going to get into the 2nd scenario, and then the 3rd scenario, and then the 4th, and the 5th, and the 6th. No matter what you choose, if you choose all A's, all B's, all C's, you're going to get to this precise scenario no matter what. Because it wants you to just be veered off into the direction. There is no such thing as a pathway in this game. It's all just the same road.
Choices they had needed to make in the last few weeks.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Some of their choices had led to changes in friendship, and Charlie was feeling low, as they weren't sure if they had made the right decisions. The teacher had noticed this and decided to reach out.
Oh, wow. Anything but actually teaching the class, am I right? It's time to reach out to this guy.
The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered.
It's always the exact same text bubbles with this teacher too. It's never something different. This is terrible game design. And the text bubbles are not even moving with her. Who let Brody cook? And I bet this wasn't one person that made this game. I bet it was like a few people. They outsourced to like a group of people to make this game. They couldn't even make it right. They probably got paid some extremely low amount of money, so they just half-assed the entire game. That's basically what I'm assuming. Don't take my word for it, but that's likely the thing that happened. The video wants to generalize the opposing opinion to what they want you to think as a harmful ideology. They want to demonize it. They want to turn it. They want to turn the perception to as if it was like a radical thing. This is propaganda. This is real propaganda stuff.
Charlie accepted.
Oh, hey, look at that. The font changed. Isn't that so cool? I don't know if it changed earlier, but it definitely changed now. It couldn't even apply. I don't even know if this was created by JavaScript and CSS and HTML and that kind of stuff. But This is crappy programming, my guy. It's terrible. Oh, and it changes again. Oh, and now is the re-education process, my friends. My boy Charlie is now going to relearn everything he's been taught in the past few weeks with what the correct opinion is. And also, what the frick, man? I don't know if it's my computer and its aspect ratio, or if it's just this crappy game design, but apparently some of the fonts, because I guess it just got too far, x-axis wise, it literally just changed the font. Isn't that so funny? They couldn't even fix that. What a terrible game design. And I'm not even going to dive into the whole the stuff that they show afterwards, because it's just like, it shows all about these cool programs. Yeah, cool, all that, whatever. But y'all, this is straight up just peak propaganda, am I right? This is just absolute cinema. We all know for a fact that this game is not going to change anyone's opinions on anything if their IQ is at least higher than room temperature. But I think the fact that they even made this game in the first place just so they can push their opinions, I mean, yeah, partially it's to advertise certain sanctioned programs, but I mean, come on, we know for a fact they were trying to make us think something, right? And that's pretty much all I have to say. Comment down if this is W or L propaganda, and I'll see you all in the next time.